Hello everyone, this is China Then and Now, Chapter 11 presentation, Regional, Rural, Urban, and Within Community Inequalities. The content of this chapter concerns material inequalities in China, especially concerning the decades following enterprise reforms in the 70s and 80s. Some of the components that make up material inequalities include income, wealth, and consumption, where income is financial capital that an individual or household receives during a given period. Wealth is the valuable assets that often can produce other sources of income by appreciating in value, and consumption, which is the goods and services used by those groups. Inequalities in China tend to be spatial rather than social. These inequalities at a distance do not often give rise to the same social tensions that are found in populations where there is noticeable inequality among neighbors. There are many problems when trying to determine material inequalities in a country as large and diverse as China. For instance, mass migration to cities and the expansion of urban centers in a short period of time makes looking at inequality over a long period difficult to parse. In addition, with reforms created for new enterprises in China, the national government removed many subsidies for individuals in cities, lowering their real income while their nominal income has grown profoundly. As well, the ways and means that urban and rural people consume goods skews these numbers, as food for those in rural districts is very cheap and often self-sourced, while food in city centers is more expensive. The Gini coefficient is a comparative tool used to measure differences in income or consumption between individuals/households of a population, where 0 would be completely equal distribution of materials, and 1 would have all materials under ownership of a single person. As the Gini coefficient is a relative tool, it is not able to determine true and absolute poverty of a nation. For example, a nation can have a coefficient of 0, which is a positive sign of economic equality, but could be representative of a population in complete and total poverty. For this reason, experts use a combination of tools to best estimate inequality of materials. Regardless of the means and calculation, the consensus of most models is that over recent decades, inequality in China has risen. All areas of China in recent years have seen economic growth. However, the income inequality seen today between provinces and regions is often orders of magnitude in difference. The best example is one given in the text between identical boys Wang and Hu. For the boy born in the more prosperous province, regardless of his upbringing being either rural or urban, he can be expected to have certain qualities of life as he grows older. For the other boy, the boy must be born in an urban area to have the same quality and opportunities. Intra-regional inequality often refers to the inequality seen between urban and rural populations. This type is very difficult to calculate when taking into account local prices of goods and services and including migrant workers in local statistics. Conclusions by most, however, have stated that urban-rural material inequality only played a small part in the growth of inequality at the national level. It is important to note that disposable income inequality can help perpetuate intra-regional inequality as it affords better goods and services for individuals and their children.